Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Get that out of there.
Well, hello, everybody. It's your boy, Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in to a live review recap of a brand new show that came out recently that I almost didn't get to. I'm going to be honest. I almost was like, well, I don't know, because I have so much on my plate. Got a lot going on. But then I said, no, we're going to try this. We're going to put something in the atmosphere, especially for the midweek, since, we do have some other new shows coming up soon in July with, of course, All Stars for France. And then, other shows popping up. But we had to get into it, especially in the world of drag. As important as it is, and we've been asking for a show like this for a long time, or at least the inclusion of said kings in the Drag Race universe. In my personal opinion, I'm happy with the results. I actually really enjoyed this first episode, and of course, it's the first season, so it's a little bare bones right now, and that's all right. But I'm here for the start. It is King of Drag, presented by Elf on Revry streaming app. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the cast of 10 here who are competing for the title of King of Drag for the Drag Kings. And yes, listen, we're going to... I have things to say today. Positive things, but also just sort of the layout. I do like the competition style. I do appreciate the format, if you will. And, anything, I want to give suggestions to maybe, like, as a viewer, add in like, hey, if they did this, or hey, if they did that, not to be like, this is wrong, and not be to complain or anything. Not at all. I enjoyed it. And I do love that there's a space for this. And I did love the panel. And I was quite impressed. So I do want to talk about the show today. Of course, it is on the Revry app, and that's a free app that you can download. It is global, like they said on the show. I do know that in certain countries, and I was talking to Bleeker about this, I believe it's like a paid for membership to watch the show. But in the States, like this first episode, you have the option of it being free or paying for a membership without the commercials. I watched it for free. I did the survey they had for a commercial. Yeah, I saw the survey too, and I scanned it. So I have it saved on my phone right now. I need to go ahead and complete it, asking if we wanted to season 2. Personally, I plan to go ahead and put that on in there just based off the first episode alone. But yeah, we have good things to say today. I was not familiar with this app, to be very honest with you. And so when I got it on my tablet, I'm on my phone, and I have a little browser saved now for it. So I'm going to explore this Revry app. It's interesting. I didn't know about this queer app. And I'm excited we have more because, Wow Presents Plus is great. But, we also have like the Out TV, and now we have this one. So I'm just like, I need to start looking around a little bit more. And I'm glad this sort of opened up my POV. But I want to get into the episode, and I want to say hello. How are you doing? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I don't know what time of day it is. This weekend is a lot of energy and anxiety at the same time. I want to first start off with announcements. I did post a schedule for this week. There will be no review Saturday for Drag Race. It will be Friday. So the day the episode premieres will be the day that I do the review as well. It will be in the afternoon. So it'll be a little bit later. I normally do 2:30. Probably will be like 3-ish, 4 at the latest. But it will be for Friday instead, because Saturday is Pride out here in Houston. And I will be attending with a lot of my friends. We're going as a big group. So if you do see me out in the streets, because I know I have some people out here in H-Town, say what's up. More than happy to cheers with you and do all that other good stuff. And then Sunday, which is normally the panel day, we are taking a pause on Sunday because that is pride for other people like Dooley in their cities. And so they're going to be out, and it's just not going to be anybody that's going to be available. I will be doing something specific for Pride. Angeria Paris Van Michaels is out here, and there's a Beyonce tribute show that I'll be tending as well. It's a tribute brunch show, Beyonce specifically. Angeria is hosting. I already hit her up, and she said, "What's good?" So I was like, "All right. I'll be there for that." So I will not be able to make the panel. And then after that, the show, the concert for Cowboy Carter, I still am on the hunt for tickets. I'm crossing my fingers. I have a feeling I'm going to get something. I don't know, but like I'm putting it all into we're putting it into the atmosphere because I have to be in the building. Like my sister's going to be there. Like all my best friends are already going to be there, and everybody's getting their tickets. So it's just like I have to like figure that out. So we're trying to get into Sunday show. So I just know I will not be available Sunday. So we'll be taking a pause Saturday and Sunday. We will be back, of course, with the panel the following Sunday, which will be the start of the semifinals. But again, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10. That would be Friday. Thursday, I may go live. I may not. I have a hair appointment tomorrow, so I'm getting my hair redone again. The ponytail is only for just a short while. We're going to make this a monthly routine of me getting my hair braided now, since I found somebody who I feel super duper comfortable with and everything. And we've already got the appointment booked and all that jazz. So I'll be just getting my hair done because, again, it's Pride and it's Beyonce, and I'd like to have my hair whopped. And all the good stuff. But yes, that's the schedule for this week. So you shall see me on those days. If you're on my Patreon, of course, you'll have the reactions. This show, King of Drag, is added to the Patreon. So for as low as $1 a month, you can join my Patreon and watch now over 650 plus reaction videos. And King of Drag is now added to that roster. I'll be posting that Tuesday mornings. I'll be posting my reaction on that, and we'll be doing these reviews Wednesday afternoon. So yeah, all my links are available in the About section of the YouTube channel. Linktree available, Bookable and Cameo, merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. An affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. Get a free week on me for Paramount Plus, as well as Showtime if you want to go ahead and add that on in there to watch a lot of shows, a lot of good shows. Noah's Ark, the movie, the new one that came out, is on Paramount Plus, as well as All Stars 10. So definitely check it out. And I have a P.O. box if you want to send me anything lovely from the Rant Pack, like me to open on air, all that good stuff, and all that good jazz. Now, as usual, because it's always necessary, disclaimer: this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content's not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. And all opinions expressed by myself are just my personal, I don't know why I went to a southern accent there, views. And do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program, so please don't be rude. Grab your libations and strap in because I'm a little bit of a tuck, or you may be here for a while. Oh, I need to put my phone. Oh my goodness. Y'all heard my text tone. I can't. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program, so please don't be rude. Grab your libations and strap in because, yeah, a little bit. I already said all that. Don't post any spoilers in the chat. If you feel uncomfortable viewing this program, consume some Matty-Rants and have yourself a good day. Let's see here. Now, sorry, I had to text back somebody muy importante, but yes. That's a disclaimer. Seriously, this is just for fun here today. We're here to maybe tease a little bit or a little, jab or two, but in reality, we're here to support and show love. And if you ever saw any of these people out and about doing what they do, especially performing, make sure you tip the kings. Tip the kings. Now, let's go ahead and get into the show. Oh, I'm sorry. And I guess before I continue on further, if you want to throw me a little bit of love in my jar, please and thank you. It would certainly be appreciated. Might go towards a Cowboy Carter ticket. Probably is. Seriously, that and Pride, of course, because I'll be out and about. PayPal.me/MattyRants. Catch up outside at Matt924 and Venmo MattyRants. You don't have to if you don't want to. It is certainly appreciated if you do. If not, by all means, the thumbs up button is yours to really abuse. Hit that thumbs up. I almost said thumbs butt. Well, thumbs up button, but and also get in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts about this show, King of Drag, and who you're rooting for and what you hope to see going forward. So thanks again for tuning in. tuning in. Tuning in. Oh my gosh. He's so sweet. Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to go to Angeria's show, Maddie, but I'm trying to catch the Cowboy Carter merch truck. I mean, me too, but like, I'm like, no shade. Like, I want to get like at least a T-shirt if I go, and I know how much it was last time, so I'm kind of already budgeting. I like if I get a ticket to the show. For me, I'm like, I don't want to spend more than like two, if that's the last minute ticket, 200 at the most. You know what I mean? Like, like I've already like paid off some loans for it. I was like, listen, at the most two. If it's more than that, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be in the building. But like, if they say nosebleeds 100, I'm in. I'm already in. Well, I do not care because I just want to be in the building. And then I know how much the t-shirts cost. It's like $40 for like basically the cheapest ones, unless there's like something super crazy, and it's like $60. That's all I'm gonna do. Where can I watch this Leah X? Let me go ahead and post the link in the chat today. Hold on to your love, heaven's name. Why don't you? What's up, Trey? Thank y'all for coming on in here today. Go ahead and hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Drop a tip if you feel like it. Can I just want to get the link. Can I link this? Thank you. Okay. Let me see if it's gonna post. And that, Lionel, the problem with Houston having their own shirt was just like the Renaissance concert. And we're about to get to the show, y'all. I'm trying to get the link up for this, for everybody that wants to watch this show. The first night always sells out, that kind of shirt. And then the second night, they never have a restock for some odd reason. Or if they do, if you were not there immediately, it's gone. And that's what happened to me, because I was there early. Like I was there early. And I still couldn't get the Houston ticket. I mean, the Houston shirt. I got an XLC. I wasn't going to, I needed something that fit. But you know what I did get though? I did get the thick shorts, because there were like only 2 left. And I got like an extra large, because I was like, I want them shorts so bad. I didn't give a damn. I just bought the shorts. Speaking of which, as you can see, I still have that merch up there. So again, I have to go to this show. I must go. And if I don't go, then I will be literally sitting up by my phone watching the live feed, because fuck all that. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, look, I just got a notification from Sacred about the road show, because they're doing something at the Ulta Beauty in Katy on the 27th. And I'm like, Jesus, am I going to find my way out there? Because, you know, allegedly Beyonce's supposed to be there. So I'm like, what? This is why this weekend's going to be crazy. That's all I'm going to say. So yes, I'm going to be doing all my videos today, tomorrow, and Friday. And then you'll see me again the following Wednesday. All that good stuff. Okay. Let's get into King of Drag. I'm excited for this. This show is really good. Amazing. Thank you, Trey, for being here and moderating today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. All right. So with King of Drag, presented by Elf, which, shout out to Elf. Let me tell you something. One of your brand ambassadors, I'm going to assume this Heidi in Closet, because you were in the commercial as well. I'm going to assume brand ambassador. Thank you so much for the gift bag that you gave me at DragCon last year. I used every single one of those lies. I used 2 of those products while I was in Puerto Vallarta, which was the sunscreen and then the lip gloss that was SPF 25. Those were life changers, because the sunscreen that they gave was for the face specifically. And I always have an issue with spraying on sunscreen and it really clogging my pores and breaking out and all that kind of good stuff on my face. But like Elf has something for the face. Bitch, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. My skin was wonderful while I was out there, thanks to y'all. And it was honestly just a great product. So I was here for Elf being the people behind this show. I was like, okay, we got a little something going on here. But with King of Drag, hold on, you're going to be my way of viewing this, Maddie, as I have no idea where to find this in the UK. So So I heard this was told to be global for Revry here. So I tried to hold on. Let me see if I can just do it this way. Let me type in this website. Copy. Because it's supposed to be global now. Because as I'm looking at this, you can change like, the languages that are available for the site and everything else as well. So I think maybe this link is the best way for it. I'm not sure. Because it's free to watch on the website, but it may be in certain countries where it's free to watch. There is a paid membership too, I believe, when it's like outside specific countries. I'm not quite sure, but that's the web page specifically. And then you also can like look it up through your app store too and see if the app for Revry spelled just like that. R as in Robert, E as in elephant, V as in Victor, R as in Robert, Y as in yellow. Oh my God, there goes the customer service days. To where you can get that. So I would try typing that in through the App Store. Also, as a reminder, I am doing reactions on my Patreon too. So if it's like, Matt, I can't even watch this like anywhere, but you still want to support the show in some kind of way, since we are talking about it and we are trying to get this like promo, because I kind of want this to be a thing. I kind of want this to be like, can we get 5 seasons out of this at least? Can we get there just a tad bit? Yeah, I'm gonna promote and push because they deserve it. They deserve it. And also, I've been covering Drag Race, Pose, Legendary. Y'all know I'm at the LGBTQIA plus kind of guy when it comes to anything that I'm going to discuss. And our lesbians and our trans men need the same sort of respect that all the others get, all the punks and the rest of them get. So for sure, like, I'm going to cover the show, please. That's what I thought about it, because Bleecker was the one that was like, Matt, you should be watching this. I said, okay, I'm gonna put up my camera. I'm gonna give this a go. And I said to myself, why am I even like tripping? Like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. I just think I'm tired and burnt out from reality television. That's why I was a little apprehensive. But then the first 5 minutes, I said, oh, I'm gonna be good. Once I got that first 5 minutes, I said, okay, this will be fine. I'm going to enjoy the show. And as it progressed, I enjoyed it more and more and more. And I believe the cast was a big part of selling the show for me. But I also love the panel and I love how they're doing the setup. So I said, okay, we'll give it a go. It was nice to see. Felt, okay, I enjoyed the chew. I enjoyed the chew. Some people are talking about VPNs as a way of watching this. I know that would be probably the best case if you're having issues. But yeah, again, I'll be doing reactions on Patreon too, if y'all ever just want to try to watch it there. But I encourage, of course, doing it through Revry so we can get them their views and, of course, push that forward. Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, this is brought to you by Elf. Eyes, lips, face. I love how they just did it at the beginning. So it's like, by the way, in case you didn't know, Murray Hill is the host of this show. Now, I know Murray from a show on HBO Max starring Bridget Everett that I, for some odd reason, have to pull up the name because I never know it, but it's like literally on my list of shows that I just have to watch. Somebody, Somewhere, thank you. I was like, Matthew, I watch the show religiously. I love it so much. It's a great show. And I know Murray from that. Okay. Now, let me be honest with you too, who I thought Murray was for the longest of times. And I realize now that these are 2 different people. And I'm asking for forgiveness because maybe it's the cis gay man in me. That's the problem. God bless my bleaker, okay? My non-binary friend. God bless my non-binary friend. Because I, for the longest, thought I thought the actress that played Boo had transitioned into this man for the longest of time. I swear to God. And it's not even to be disrespectful. It's like, I just assumed For the longest of like, I just assumed, because and mind you, I covered another show they were on and was like, I just love that they went into like this. I used to love them on Orange is the New. No one was correcting me. I love them on Orange is the New. No one corrected me. I have been for years. For shame, Matthew. For shame. Not even Matthew. For shame, I say. When I tell you, I felt like the biggest butt yesterday. And all you could hear is Bleecker hollering on the phone. Hollering on the phone. You see it though. They damn near cousins, if not in the same family tree somewhere along the lines. Then there's a picture of them together. I said, girl, they're friends in reality. So that makes it even crazier. They're friends in reality. So I apologize, Murray. Because for the longest of times, I thought she was that motherfucker on Orange is the New Black, and that was one of my favorite characters, to be very honest with you. But still, I love them both. But I swear, because I just assumed this is the world. Do what you want to do, make whatever makes you happy. Murray Hill is the host, and they have a man cave. They have a man cave. Family tree, burning bush. See, that's biblical. We're not going to do that on this kind of show. Somewhere in the can. Same barber. I don't know. I was like, Jesus. Help me, God. Janae, thank you so much for the tippy poo. I appreciate you, my love. Fun fact, I'm a baby drag king thing. Work it, Janae. I am here for my drag kings, darling. I forget this one drag king. I think their name's like Dandy something that was out here in Houston, but they were eating up this Bruno Mars number for brunch one time. Shout out to Blackberry in their brunch. But thank you, Janae. I appreciate you, my baby. And also, JMCL, you tipped earlier, like right before the live from the Sunday panel, and I saw it come in. So thank you so very much in case you're watching this. But yes, they have a man cave that's kind of cool. It's cool. I was like, okay. I like this idea of not this workroom with the mirrors, like how very drag race related of any kind, not even on the Dragula scale. This is it's their own thing. And I like how the setup is. It also reminds me a little bit of like that 70s show, a tad bit. Like they're like low key in the basement somewhere. I love Wisconsin. That kind of crap. Except with like extreme lighting and no Ganji in sight to where they're going to sit around the table and do the spin around camera a bit. But yeah, I was here for it. Hold on, y'all. I have to sneeze. Sorry. I had to sneeze. Now my nose is red. Ow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry, that was awful. It came out. Ooh, Eric. Ooh, Eric. But real tea though. Real tea though. Okay. We need to talk about this. And I'm not blaming the show for anything. I'm not mad. I'm good with what I got. I'm blessed. I thank you. But I have things to ask and I have questions. So they never change clothes. And I think that's just the Drag Race and the other kind of show in me. I think that's just what I'm used to, and I'm gonna let that go because that's none of my business anymore. But like, when we walk in, this is what we're getting, and it's great and everything. I liked everybody. Hey, I'm here with that. But then when we did the challenge, y'all gave them jerseys, and then they went out on stage looking like they're about to play dodgeball at an elementary school. And then we like, that's it. And then they took, and then it was, that was one of my things. So to me now I'm going, is what we see when they walk in the room from the start going to be the look, or are they going to get challenges where they have to create a drag look and then present it on stage? I wonder. I know this is only the first episode, but I did have questions about how that went down, and it made me go, well, and that's interesting. Either way, I'm fine with it. I just thought, okay, I need to let that go because my brain was shifting into a direction of, well, it's going to be nice to see them on the when they come out for the Royal Hall, a new look. And it was, oh, no, it's not. Okay, cool. Now, Murray comes in after everybody meets each other, cheers across the board. A lot of people know each other from this, that, and the other, or possibly new faces, new places, and good stuff. And they explain to them what they're winning. Now, I'm going to clock in here. The prize is nasty. I said, oh, y'all getting things. You get a crown and scepter from Fierce Drag Jewels. You get a custom suit courtesy of Sharp Suiting. I said, okay, so that's already like something expensive and hot and awesome that I get to crown and the scepter. That's the one. I get a custom suit. That's nasty. That's the two. Talent management with Queer Up Agency. I said, oh, and you get a management company. I said, okay, that's the three. Round trip flight to Seattle to headline the Emerald City's King Ball. That's a booking, that's money, that's coin. That's also more people knowing your name. That's social media following that gets put into the, okay. A year's worth of e.l.f. cosmetics. I said, oh my God, it's still going. Bitch, I was weak watching this because I was like, oh my God. Like, oh, so that's where the money went. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing. I am playing. A year's worth of e.l.f. cosmetics, bitch. And then $10,000. $10,000. I said, oh, giggity. Oh, okay. Oh, so there it is. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. That's a lot. Kikiak. They were getting emotional listening to that. But you also have to think of it this way too. And I'm going to give so much grace right now because this is like the first run. This is the first show. It's the first of its kind. They're the first ones to do this. This is all fresh. You know what I mean? So everybody's anxiety in the room was palpable. Everybody's like feelings and all of it. It's there. Oh, no, there's confessionals. No, we're just stuck on this page right now, baby. We gonna get there. I'm just giving you what was told from the jump. I'm not doing this specifically in any order. Well, yes, I'm doing it in order, but in the order I felt was appropriate for me to be able to explain everything and also get into the cast first because I haven't even started talking about everybody. I'm just giving you the run through of these old motherfuckers met each other, and then they was like, yeah, and then they were like, oh, and then it was like, oh, and then Murray said, wow, and here we are. So let's get to the people who are on this cast. See, boom, Magical Mermaid. I thought, look at me, I was ready. How dare you make me question my sexuality? Because, my God. When I tell you, you're not gonna pay that any attention. Whew, whew, have mercy. Yes. 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 Just yes. She. I know you're trying to toot their horn for the sponsorship. Ouch. But it wasn't impressive I didn't know I was doing that for the sponsorship, but okay, she. This taking place in 2025, but it telling about the disparities between the drag queen versus king. Well, I mean, the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race, that cash prize was what? Also, what, $10,000? Something of the sort. And that was on cable, you know? And if I think about like the management that's happening on top of them getting to headline a show, the year's supply worth of makeup, the $10,000, the scepter itself, the custom suit, like there that can be added up into more than just what that is. You know what I mean? Like I know we want the best for what we're getting here, especially because we want people to be shown equally in that sort of regard, right? But it's also the fact that this is the first of its kind. So the investment has to be clear to start. Like they may have intentionally done it this way just to make sure the investment isn't a whole loss and that everybody can still leave with something. But if it ends up being even better, they can add more into the show. Like, let's look at shows like Drag Race Philippines, that first season. Like, yeah, that was a little rough. It was a little rough, but now look at where it's at. We can see a lot clearer now. Everything got a lot better. It do take time though. But that's 2008, 2009, and Drag Race franchise has broken down barriers and helped normalize femme drag queen. But that's Drag Race, and this is King of Drag. That's an expectation that RuPaul or WoW or even something of that franchise and caliber would put money into this when that would be a competing sort of show. I get where you're coming from and I understand the frustration is there, but this is a beautiful thing and we actually should kind of be happy for that. And I don't think that it's actually that negative of a situation because they're not getting $100,000 on the first run. Kind of, sort of, really. And not to say that it's wrong because they're women or they're drag men or, excuse me, trans men, but more so because this is just the start of a reality television show on a network that I literally just heard about this week that I've never heard about. And we have people like Elf and all that kind of stuff sponsoring it. So they have to see where they're putting their dollars and the investment into, you know, more than just simply them being just drag kings and it being about them being drag kings as to why the prize is so low. Like, if we really want to do it, Can't Want a Kiki's prize isn't that high either, but it's a fun show where these people get to show themselves. And that's really all for alt drag, if you want to consider that, or queens that aren't considered a part of the spectrum of like main girly kind of drag and all that. But you know, I understand the frustrations, but to me, this is a beautiful thing, and I'm kind of happy that they're able to be showcased in this way, and that I feel they're doing it in a respectful manner, especially with the tone and how it's being placed. But yes, I don't want to make that the topic right now, but I did want to answer that because it felt really pointed and I understand the frustrations, but I also want it to be like, we have to let things kind of breathe sometimes so that way it really will get where it needs to go. Because yes, to be honest, they should and they deserve $200,000 or $100,000. But like, I'm thinking about a contract with the company that's going to manage me as a drag king where it's hard enough to already get work. That's going to then help me like push all of my drag forward. That's also going to be opening doors for other drag kings because they see that there's a space for them in a place where people will actually respect their art and their work. And then looking at a round trip flight to Seattle, because that's not a cheap ass flight at all to be a headlining of a show that I probably would never even be considered for because I live on the other side of the world. And it's hard to find drag kings and this, that, and the other that can fly out and do all that kind of stuff, especially when it comes to drag. Then $10,000 to go into my work and this, that, and the other. So that's just where I'm at with that. But I hope you can respect where I'm coming from this on Shishi. But I'm not trying to get a sponsorship from them, but I love that they actually did get a sponsorship from Elf in regards to this, because Elf does do stuff with drag in reference to like showcasing different types of drag, and it's cool to see makeup companies like backing that up. So hope I at least explain that kind of well. But I'm going to get back to the show. So yeah, King Molasses from Washington, D.C. can have every bit of my body, possibly my soul. No, I'm just kidding. I'm here for this king. I recognize them a tad bit. I knew where I was like, how do I know who this is? Housewives of Potomac. I like to say Potomac. Boom. That's right. I was like, oh, I know exactly who this is because I was enamored back then when this came out and Ashley wanted, because Ashley likes to play her ally card up real hard, tad bit. And Ashley, sorry, Ashley, it feels a little pointed sometimes. So I'll be like, okay, but she was doing a drag king number, and of course, King Molasses was part of that, and I was already like, who is this? Because it was giving trade. But yes, King Molasses is my pick to win. Multiple awards. Me being one of them. I'm just kidding. Am I? Because I kept questioning myself. Like, what am I watching here? Confessionals, in drag, out of drag. I was like, Jesus Christ. Eric, I honestly don't care. And that's not even shade. Because I don't trust the big-headed girl. I really don't. She was with Michael Darby. That is enough. Love you, Ashley, high key on the show when you get down with it, but I always have to remind myself, you touch that man. You have beautiful kids from him, all your G's, but mm-mm. 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 So, Buck Wild from Dallas, Texas. Buck Wild, now hold on. There is a drag king brunch specifically that you have set up in Dallas. See, this is why sometimes I wish Dallas and Houston wasn't so far away from each other because, bitch, I'd hop on the bus, take a ride with a friend. If I had a car, toot right on over. Because, like, I'm always here for brunch. Hell, I'm doing it on Sunday for Ange. I need this, but that's amazing. I love that they're making spaces like this for drag kings. But I was like, excuse me? There's our drag. Wow. Is the food good is also the question. Because mimosas this bad mimosas, you can get a good mimosa, but is the food good too? Because the drag can be great, but if that food is raw, either way, I thought that was dope. And I like Buck Wild. Dick Von Dyke is one of the craziest names that I love so very much, and yeah. Wait a minute, Angie. Hold on. Every time I hear the name Buck Wild, my mind immediately goes to Flavor of Love 2. What's crazy is Dick Van Dyke could have been named Buck Wild, and I would assume that was Becky now as a drag king. And you could have told me any different. If she came out there with a whole nother name, I'd been like, yeah, there she go. There go Buck Wild. Yeah, boy. Flay, but I don't want to say she is not right for you. Well, how the fuck your voice changed? We're not going to do this today. I like them, but when they was like giving Molasses a little bit of the work, I said, oh, we trying to stick our dick on the table, literally. I said, it's going to be interesting to see them play throughout the show because I can tell they're competitive in a good way. But I also felt the power struggling that was happening there a little bit. And I said, oh, okay. Mama had Mr. I need to make sure I get this right, had a lot of confessional time. I said, okay. But no, Dick is interesting. I like them in their drag. They're very talented because their rap lyric was good too. I was like, okay, especially at the end, that last little mark, I said, T. Yeah, not an evil villain per se, but kind of like, what's the word I want to look for? Because I don't think villain. I don't think villain when I think of them. I think more of like, I don't want to say conflict. Nothing of that. Just, we'll see what happens going forward. There's only 6 episodes. But we'll see. I don't know. That little bit in the beginning, I was like, uh-oh, here we go. This, let me make sure I'm seen. I said, all right, let's see how this goes. But no, I like Dick. Dick is cool. And I like their drag. So I was here for it. And their sports card came out really, really great. Pressure K, I'm gonna give you a big old hug. That's the uno. The dose is you coming in here. I'm a baby queen, 3 years of drag. You a teenager already, high key. But also, like, I want you to just be who you are and stay the way that you is, bitch, because I live and breathe. The rap was kind of funny, though. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little. My name is Pressure K. I like cereal. Oh wait, like it was like it was a little A B C, but that's fine. But like when I tell you, your energy, aura, and spirit is such a like. To me, I was like, oh, I love Pressure K. I love their energy. Everything about them is like, oh my gosh, I need to be in their presence. It's just good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Love me some Pressure K. Bitch's bolero tie is killing me right now. I live. I'm sorry, bitch. I don't. People cannot pull that off. And if you can pull off a bolero tie, you have my ultimate respect. I promise you. I'm from Texas. Do you understand me? The ways I used to avoid having to wear that as a child because my mom was trying to do us for like Western. Don't give us that. So you already get points for me for pulling off the bolero. Alexander the Great, just great energy. I'm not even trying to mock them because that's literally them in their confessionals. Like, oh my god, but everything about them is just like represented for our trans brothers out there. I love Alexander. I do. Just such good energy, a sweet peep. Okay, competitive. We see the talent is there. Not for the bull, wants to win. I love it, but the energy is infectious, very infectious. This little side swoop, this little bound, the little wee. Okay, this be them and their girl. Okay, just I like me, Alexander. I do. See, this season's gonna be tough for me because everybody like had some sort of like this for me, and I feel like I'm going to be torn in between so many people, and I'm not here for it. Did I get I should have everybody in here. I do. I'm like, this isn't the order I thought I had it in, but either way. I love Charles, y'all. Oh my goodness. Hold on. First of all, the representation, okay? Baby, what was it? Mexican, indigenous background, full on live for Charles Galen King. Live. The rap was crazy though, Charles. No tea. I was glad you were safe because when you did that rap at the beginning, I was like, hold on now. But I love me some Charles. Charles's energy too. I don't know what it is, the laid back of it all. I don't know what it is. These people were infectious for me as I was watching the show. I was just like, this is a lot. Maybe it's because it's really fresh and this doesn't feel like I'm watching some people purposely try to be bitchy and purposely try to give you like, look at me, I'm gorgeous. Like, I didn't get any of that and I was really happy. No shade. I'm just so used to the other way, and I do apply that on multiple show spectrums and not just in general to one. It felt like everybody came in and just wanted to show their shit versus like I'm trying to be a star. I didn't see any of that from anybody. I felt like people just came in being themselves, and that made it inviting. And I apply that to everybody who was in this cast because there are some people who are chill and some people who are a little bit more anxiety driven. So I felt the anxiety girls too. It was driving my anxiety a little bit, but I was here for it. Love Charles. Oh my God. Not me remembering how this episode goes. Oh, am I too now? I am not happy. I'm going to be real with you. I am not happy. Because, like, when I say love this one, was not happy. I didn't want to see the other one go either, but it was, how dare you introduce some tuna melt to me? How fucking dare you? How dare you? How dare you? The sweetest little cutest thing ever. I was so mad. You don't even understand. You don't even understand how mad I was. My baby. Do you hear me? My baby. My baby right here. I just love tuna melt. That's it. Wherever you at, if I see you performing somewhere, you're getting all my dollars. I'm poor too, so that should let you know the lights are going off for you. Go off, bitch. Love tuna. That's it. And the rap was everything. That lip sync was trash. All tea. Like, it was wobble wobble woo boo. Nope, no shade. But the rap was everything. It was just you did mama. You did a lot of that, but tuna was such a, oh my god, I felt the aura of them and it was so good, and I'm so sad too. Also with their music background and everything. Henlo Bullfrog is like, I feel another spirit animal in like a different dimension that I'm a part of, that I love so very much. And yes. And I feel like with their drag king like aesthetic based off their entrance look, it's also like a tad bit into an androgynous type of feel where there's like light feminine factors in it, but it's still in the maxi of the min pad, if you get where I'm going with this. I don't know what I'm drawing up here. It's possibly something from Long Legs, but like, why is my hands doing that? And why am I needing to do this for Hinlow? I don't know what it is. Oh, so that must be why I like Hinlow. The connection of the Saphira, because you know Saphira was my baby. So, that must be why I like the hen. That's why I like the low and the bull. Not, yeah, the frog. Come on. Ah, Hinlow's energy is great. I like them. Now that breakdance, yeah, but we gonna get there. Didn't Hinlow do the airbrushing for Saphira's flower dress? I can see that since they're an air. They even talked about it when they were on the main stage about the airbrushing techniques that they use throughout their drag. I live for Hinlow too. Again, I have a problem with me liking everybody. My Libra is like activated to where I don't have to have any conflict, but where's the balance? Yes, I want to see more from them, so I'm hoping they get to stay a bit longer, because they also do creature. They were talking about creature drag too, and I was thinking to myself, Henlo, have you auditioned for Dragula? Which I don't know why I'm saying that, but like, it feels like that would also be your ballpark too if you ever got into it based off of your aesthetic and what you gave, especially with the photos I saw. I thought that was interesting. I was like, I wonder if they've ever auditioned for Dragula. I just, another person whose anxious anxiety resides in the spirits of me when I'm at my days of full on panic of attacks. Oh my god. First of all, because I'm gonna do you perks. Yes, I am, because yes, I'm doing you right here, okay? I had no idea you followed me on Twitter. One. And that I followed back. Did I follow back? I believe I did. I believe I've been following back. I don't know if that was recent or not, but it was wild. As I was like pulling everything together today, I was like, wait, Perkins X, wait, do I follow? Wait, I follow? Wait, huh? That was the one. So here's the thing, Perk. I didn't even know that happened when I was doing my reaction. And these people will tell you who watched my reaction. Didn't I, bitch, I fell in love with the perks. I was like, I love this little man. I really do. I really do. I want to give that baby a hug so bad. But they don't give like touch me tease because of all that. So it's giving like air 5. I don't know, whatever. I love me the perk sex. Like, and you know what's funny? They had that split. I'm gonna drag you a little bit. Because this is me. This is me. Your personality got your ass to the back and you were safe. Every time they said something to you and you needed to respond, the room had a chuckle. The air was lifted. There was no more tension. I'm talking about every time something, especially that last little bit, like, I don't dance, I'm just pretty. Oh, chewed. Send her to the back. Send him in the back. Sorry, I say I'm used to Drag Race. Say her, I gotta get that out there. Patooey, man. But like, I put my seat down. I'm getting excited. That charisma you cannot change. You're fucking funny. And I saw it through the whole episode. Every time you felt a little low or something like that, and you then would just say anything, the responses were wonderful. Please own that power. Because I was living. I said, oh, I like them. They need to go far. I need them to not get up here at all. Please and thank you. Commentary was wonderful. One of my favorites for sure. Absolutely. I was like, okay, come on, my little Southern Percocets. I love me. Yeah. Okay. Another person whose anxiety is through the roof. It is so through my screen. If I was watching Samara come from a well after watching a VHS tape, I am that old. Yes, Big D, you want to talk about old too, bitch. I know about VHS as well. I don't know about the 8. Well, yes, I do. But when I tell you the whole episode, and then at the end, it was like, bitch, they live for me? Yes, because you're amazing. This is somebody who I felt was selling themselves short the whole episode. And then at the end, when they got that validation, I lived and breathed for. But I also said to myself, that just may be that's them. And that's how they get through life. And that's how they get through things. It was interesting to watch them literally spiral throughout the majority of the episode. Yes, that was happening. They picked me last. I'm at my lowest point in life right now. Should I say anything because they picked me last? Bitch, you get out there and eat. Like, are you kidding me? And I was like, come on now. Like, you live for yourself. Your name is Big D, not Little Wang. I love them though. I do like Big D. Big D was funny. Did I get some funny screenshots of Big D today? Yes. Yes, I did. Is there a zoom in that I found quite hilarious? Oh, absolutely, of Big D. They make the funniest faces, like, just in the background. No one's doing anything, and you'll see Big D's. I was hollering, getting screenshots today. So, yeah. Is that everybody? Is that the cast? Did I do it? I think I did it. I did it. Yay. So that is the cast, our first cast for King of Drag. My name is Matty-Rants, in case you just walked into the room. Hey, how you doing? What's up, good friends? Love you down. Thank you so much for being here today. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. Support this business as we talk about new shows like this, as well as shows like All Stars 10 and more. Now, for those of you who know, I do these reviews weekly. I do the All Stars 10 review normally on Saturdays. That review will be this Friday, the day of the episode, versus Saturday, because Saturday is Pride out here in Houston, and I will be out celebrating with the rest of the city. And then Sunday's panel will be moved to next Sunday, as a lot of us will still be celebrating Pride in their respective cities, but also it is Cowboy Carter Day out here. I still don't have tickets, but I'm going to try my very, 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 very best to get them. Chippy Poo's help, because everybody gonna be in the building. I'm whatever the last minute seats. If it's up in the nosebleeds, honey, I will be there. I have to. I must. But also, I'm going to be seeing Angeria Paris Van Michaels out here, who's in Houston for Pride, and I will be seeing them for a brunch that one of my Rampack members told me about, and my friends were like, "Oh, we're going," so we're going, because yeah, brunch, drag, boom, please, anytime. But yes. So that's going to be the schedule for this week. I just want to give you a heads up. And again, thank you for being here. If you want to drop a tippy poo in my jar, please and thank you. PayPal.me/MattyRants. Catch up those time at Matt924 and Venmo MattyRants. I gave you the prizes. We have the cast. Let's get into it. They're given a mini challenge of sports proportions. Oh my God. Tell me, production, you're just going to be playing with D the entire time through their confessionals. Just tell me that's going to happen. You gave the fucking, like, We have title cards, the zoom ins. And it's D being at full like anxiety expression mode. It is so funny to me. I was having a great day watching this. I was like, oh my God, they had fun with them. But they had to do quick drag. They were given 5 minutes to put on random equipment and basically do trading cards, sports trading cards, which I thought was a very cool idea for their first mini challenge. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, molasses. You know. Wet. Now, we get our first look at one of the co-judges on the show, which is a drag king legend, Tenderoni. Shout out to Tenderoni being on the show. One of my favorite performances I've ever seen of them was this power line number that they did. For those of you who don't know, that's from the Goofy movie, and it is a classic number. I fucking love it. But also, Tenderoni is very nice. My first drag performance, that little flyer right there from Precinct, Tenderoni was on that cast and was coming up the stairs when I was walking down. They were just a sweetheart. But yes, I was happy that Tenderoni got some sort of like TV show moment, to be honest with you, because to be fair, we all wanted like drag kings to happen on Drag Race. Tenderoni would have been one of the people I would have suggested to throw into that mixture immediately. It's like, oh, who would you want for Drag Race on the Drag King? That one. There's a couple others, including King Molasses, but like that one immediately. Like, put them on the show. Like right now. Right now. But I was here that they were a judge. Not to say that they don't, they couldn't have been in the cast either, but with what Tenderoni has done in the, of course, work they've put into their drag, being a winner of the Drag Queen of the Year contest that Alaska had put together, this was right. It was right. It was right. So I was like, okay. Kabooms. Now, Laisha, I hope I got that right. I feel like I got it wrong. Clarendon from the WNBA, the place where the Caitlin Clark fandom resides, which is why I have been staying away from it, because that is a toxic universe right now. Shout out to the league, though. We're basically there to help them with their mini challenge and judge it. So the Kings then ran and picked up equipment that may possibly have been used by others. We hope for their sanitary purposes. If they were not, everyone grabbed what they could. But what I also noticed was people handing out items like, hey, did you need any goggles? I think that may look good with your outfit. Or, hey, did you look about that? Did you need this? Or did you need this? I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Because not too long ago, some trim was taken and it was not okay. Somebody's outfit, I'm just playing. Oh my goodness. Let me shut up. No, I like Angel Reese. That's why. Yeah, I stay away from the WNBA conversation because I was like, it looks like there's a Larry Bird and they have flocked to it. It's crazy. But no, shout out to the league still, because I'm just glad people are talking about the sport and there's more people that are at least investing into it because it's important. But yeah, Murray was a good host in this portion of the show for doing the mini challenge and, of course, adding to random objects, whether it be, putting some water in someone's mouth and squirting a little juice in there or using a leaf blower. But the shots were pretty good for everybody. I didn't think anyone had, honestly, a bad photo here. From Henlo Bullfrog, who wanted to give a little bit of silly, because that's what they would do. Percocets, giving birth to soccer or football in certain regions, countries. Charles Galen King, I thought that one was actually a fire photo, to be honest with you, and ended up being in the top. So boom. Tuna Melt, I assumed just finished killing people. Pressure Kate was like, I'm regretting doing the jock straps, but this kind of gave what it needed to give, which if you've been in the football locker room like I have, then the smell, gross. That Dick Van Dyke's picture was actually great too. That could have been a contender for top two. Alexander the Great's was good as well. I was like, okay. Big D's, wild. And King Molasses is perfect. No, but listen, the photos came out great. I thought that was a fun time for the mini challenge, and of course it was a good way of us getting to know who these people are. But the tenderoni and the WNBA player, because like Laisha, why am I just saying Matthew, get it together, chose their top twos for the photo shoot, which Laisha chose Charles and Alexander, and Tenderoni chose King Molasses and Buck Wild. That ended up meaning that Charles, Galen King, and King Molasses were the top two for the mini challenge, and they get an advantage going into the beefy challenge, not maxi, beefy challenge, everybody, not a maxi challenge. No drag race here, none of that. It's a beefy challenge. I said, okay. All right, that's funny. But they also get a $150 gift card from Prideletics. So shout out to King Molasses and Charles Galen King. But they are given the team captain position because their beefy challenge, which is the main challenge, is boy bands. And they're putting together a boy band for a halftime show because it's a sports-related theme episode. And so while everybody who was not chosen for team captain is on the bench, the captains then get to choose who they would like to have on their teams, boy bands, to then perform a song that they have to do in 90 minutes. 90 minutes to, I was like, okay, 90 minutes to write a song, get the choreography together, and record. "90 minutes." I said, oh no, we would have had a problem. Matty needs a little time. I like to think about stuff. I want to sit and absorb myself. But yeah, 90 minutes is gross. It's disgusting. Okay. That's sometimes a good movie runtime. Sometimes. Like, oh my goodness, I can't. So I was like, okay, good luck. I was like, good luck. But listen, so the teams are Charles chose I wrote these in the wrong order. What is wrong with me? But I remember the teams. I was like, sorry, I was looking at the way I wrote it down. I was like, wait, those were in the wrong order. Let me just narrate this with the pictures. Pressure K got chose first by King Molasses. I'm telling you, that energy is so funny. That's me. I was like, but who else would it? Is Pressure D in the room? Hold on. The last two was the last two was Percocets and Big D. Big D, you just kept your face like this the entire time, and it's so funny. Oh my God, I can't. Like the entire time. Like that's why I didn't know if you were serious or not. Because it's like, oh, I'm just gonna keep this face. Okay, here we go. I can do it. Now I can do it. So King Molasses chose Pressure K, Henlo Bullfrog, Dick Van Dyke, with Charles Galen King choosing Buck Wild, Tuna Melt, and Alexander the Great, leaving the other two. See, look at me. Oh my God, we just needed a visual. Percocets was chosen. I knew. I had a feeling. I was like, come on, Molasses, choose Perca. It did. But when I tell you, I felt immediately bad for Big D. Like, this is that episode that we know when the person is chosen last on any show. Immediately we cut to the confessional. It is my life. I remember as a child, the trauma, like full scale, like if Jennifer Lopez was in this movie, we'd be diving right into the brain and figuring out where the dead body is. Like that's where we would be at. But I love you, Big D. I wanted you to get out of your head here because I was like, what you mean you were picked last? Like, I mean, don't feel bad. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes last comes first. You never, well, that's what it says in the Bible, but this is a queer representative program. Christians will say. But thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all for being here today. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. We're talking about King of Drags, a new show. Get into it. Let's move on. Murray said hill, and I said hut. And they went to put on those jerseys, and then I was traumatized because I said, what the fuck is this? First season, first show, I'm letting it go. They ain't changing no clothes. That gagged me. Where's the drag? But I was like, okay, we're just watching it. I'm letting it go. I'm wondering if it's going to be like this the rest of the season with whatever they walk in the workroom, whatever they walk into the man cave in. It's just going to be the drag for the day, and they're going to be rated on that when they get to the Royal Hall, the main stage. But it's the blue team who comes up with the nickname that Dick Van Dyke wanted to make sure was done first before they even listened to the music. I said, here we go. Molasses over here talking about maybe we should just listen to something. Well, I think a team name would be important first. So let's talk about, I said, oh, we're trying to establish dominance. I said, here we go. Listen, I don't, I'm a 50, so like I don't know too much about the lesbian. That's the man part of me, unfortunately, even though I have my lesbian friends out there, howdy ho to my sisters. But like, for me, I felt like I was watching like another kind of show. I'm so used to the full on, it's the male, the gays, whatever. So I'm getting into into the cis man, I keep on fucking this up, into my les sisters and my trans mentees a bit. So I'm like paying attention and watching how the dynamics go. And I love how in Dick Van Dyke's lyrics are like, we don't have to be catty, but let me talk about what happened over here. No shade, Nick. I'm just saying. I love in your lyrics, we don't have to be catty, but we're going to talk about how you was very much trying to assert the alpha dominance in a role, in a position where you weren't even the team captain to begin with. Just so we're clear. So yeah, Molasses was being calm and cool and cute about it. And of course was like yes and no to it all while you were still giving your take, and it was we'll receive or will not. But like they gave you confessional teas to where it was giving, I'm a little annoyed by this a tad bit, and I wish I could do all that, but I feel like Molasses, I said, oh, here we go. And it's not on a level of like, she's rude, she's nasty. It just reminds me of the theater kids on certain shows that are like, I know what I'm talking about and don't feel heard, so they get a little in their feelings. That's what I was receiving from it. It was like, okay, they're getting in their feelings, their pee-pee's not as big, and they're feeling that slap didn't hit the table as hard, just a tad bit. It was a little, compared to last, it was like, no. And I was like, okay. And I loved it. Because I get it. But I also was here for it because what if Molasses had just chilled out and let you just do what you do? And it ended up looking crazy. You know what I mean? So I was kind of here for the little back and forth, but from different energies. Because Henlo called it out. It was like, okay, bitch. I see someone's trying to be the lead, but it's like, we need to go off with this person. Well, or maybe the nut is like in a vertical form and it's not like in a round bulbous of a sore, it's a little perpendicular. That was stupid. Oh, perpendicular was fun, though. Thank you for tuning in. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and content's not intended to malign any religion, race, company, gender, individual, or wigs. You know the rest of it. We're here to have a good time. We thank you so much for being here today. Drop a tippy poo in my jar if you feel like it. PayPal to me /MattyRants. Cash App $MattyRants and Venmo MattyRants. Yeah, that was fucking funny. Homogenic. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry. Perpendicular would actually be a great drag king name. No, it's too much. Okay, moving on. Because I know I'm stupid. So that's why I shucks. Like, I know my stupidity. I know I'm a fool, whatever. Fozzie Bear is my spirit animal, even though I want to be a Miss Piggy. No, that's an elitist. I don't want to be Miss Piggy. I want to be, as delusional as Miss Piggy. There we go. We saw the clash. We saw the clash of the cups. We did. We saw the clash of the cups. We did. Now, Park was talking about, I don't know, I'm a little nervous about the dancing. And, Molasses wanted to work into that, which ended up being something that they still called out anyway. So I don't know if they needed to explain it, which they did kind of. But I was nervous for the perks. But, we'll get there. I was glad that something came together, though. So it was like, yeah, it came together. Now, this group, I love this shot, by the way. I'll be honest, they seemed very organized. I was shocked at how it went down because Tuna was confident in the writing department. They worked in the music industry before. I said, okay, work, Dave. And then, of course, everybody else wanted to give a little take here. Big D wants to give their feedback into this, but they're afraid because they were chosen last that maybe they're not in the pecking order of having something to say. I think that sort of applied when they were trying to do choreography, and Big D wanted to suggest a couple of little step ball changes, a little pot of berets up in there, and Tuna was having a meltdown, if you will, about possibly needing to add more choreo in to the work. I'm more focused on Buck Wild's chest plate looking the way it does because I'm assuming a small man is going to pop out from that body that has been controlling that motherfucker, and we're going to be in total recall soon. But it is what it is because Alexander has no problem with this. They've been in boy bands before. They can get the choreography together. And Charles Galen King is a vibe. I had fun with that one. That was stupid. But we'll move on. Okay. Choreo was kind of kicking for this group. Low key, I was like, hold on. Did y'all realize that King Molasses didn't even have the jersey on? They just put the hat on and the cuffs and then just made sure that, the clothes were matching and it was just blue, the Nigerian fabric of it all, and was like, no, we don't have to have the jersey on. I'll put it under if y'all have to say that's on, but like no shade, bitch. I literally have something in this cup. We don't. See, that's why I was happy because I didn't have to see some bullshit ass fabric. Thank you, King Molasses. I said, yeah. No shade though. Even Dick over here made this kind of work. It was like, please don't put this on. I'm kind of here for how I think they all kind of styled this low key. Actually, let me go back to Buck Wild real quick. Now it's a gag. See, this is the thing. Buck Wild, look what you did with this. See how you got this whole man chest, but then you gave the little tassel tease under here. It was giving a little freak Nick at the bottom. Okay, it looked like a Proud Boys rally up top and low key freak Nick at the bottom, high key. And this is in the 90 minutes of it all. Wait, did you also incorporate this into the pants too? I'm just now clocking in. Or was this already there? Actually, I'm just thinking that was already a part of the outfit. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I gotta go look at this. Let me see the outfit. Hold on. Okay. There's so many things wrong with me. It was already in the outfit, Matthew. I thought it was a part of the shirt. Oh, weak. Oh my God. It's a gag that they put you on this team and it matched the pants and everything. That is so fucking funny. I live. That makes it even better. I take back everything I said. I take back everything. It just made that so much funnier. I'm sorry. We have to move on. Oh, we have to move on. I can't. I'm telling you, it's where I need to be. I need to be walking around the workroom. Can you imagine if I'm walking around the man cave like, Kings, you have 60 seconds to get to the royal hall. Hurry up, hurry up. Oh, bitch, I'd love to do it. Let me tell you. Baby, do not tempt me with that phone call. I take it. I take it for the low pay. You have to pay me something cute. I'm not expecting a lot. I know this is the beginning show, but help your boy. I got 2 cats. Anywho, let's get to the judges. Of course, Murray Hill, you're an excellent host of this, by the way. Shout out to Murray. I got a super chat. Yay, Purple Eater 42. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so happy this show exists and we are all talking about it. Same. I agree. Because it's a good time, right? It's a good time. Shout out to everybody that was talking about this online too, because that was also encouraging me to watch this show. But Tenderoni looking like you're going to fight people in this. I'm assuming in the year 3055. Like there's nothing left of gender of any sort of kinds. I assume that there's a gun going to come out of you that's going to say pew pew. Like, I fucking live for this outfit. I'm sorry. Shoulder pads and everything. Work. Come on, Tan. Winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9, Sasha Velour. Gorgeous down. This is sickening. Sickening. Gorgine from top to bottom, headpiece to mug to dress, everything, construction, detail, all there. The lip is fabulous. That lip is gorgeous. Sasha, that lip. Honey, that lip, that red is, whoa! Choose. Loved it. All of it. The above. Wang Newton is one of the greatest names I have ever gotten a chance to read aloud. The end. Also, I love Wang from Taiwan. Bitch, eat. When Wang was doing the full bit, like, you stay. I was like, stop. I'm not gonna be here for. I can't do this today. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But the name alone is everything and then some to me. Being gracias it too. Thank you. Like, love it. All of the above. Yep. Also, so they fucked over Tenderoni. They did. The shade. White. Red. Even the guest judge. Red. I'm like, oh my God. They like you are not a part of the group chat? Did they remove you, sis? What happened? Shout out to Damien Bellision. If I got it wrong, please correct me. Thank you, Damien. I'm so sorry, but you are producing this show. And shout out to you. We thank you so much. Here for the judges panel. Yeah. Am I right? I think I'm right. I think I heard that right. I watched this show like 3 times. I feel like I heard that right. Yeah. Go ahead, Damien. Work. Boom. All right. I get to have my little fan moment for Paul Vig. Okay. Like, Freaks and Geeks is one of my favorite shows to ever exist in the entirety of humankind, man, history, and whatever. That show changed me. That show is part of the makeup of me growing up. I did not get a chance to watch it when it was on television live. I remember I rented it. Rented. Do you hear me? Rented. This is before, like, yes, before the Blu-ray, like, I'm sorry, the DVD set. And I remember renting it. Was it Hollywood Video or Blockbuster? I forget where it was, but I rented it and I watched it all in its entirety. And I lived and breathed for the entire. Oh my God. I was like, is the show over? It's done. And I remember trying to look up and seeing if there was more seasons, and nope. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe they didn't get any more. I couldn't believe it. It was one of the greatest shows I've ever watched ever. And he is such an ally towards the LGBTQIA plus community. He donated $300,000 across 3 different organizations and charities and programs. Like, this guy is the real deal. But he is an excellent director, creator. I love your work. I'm a big fan. But that Freaks and Geeks, you just do not know. Like, you know, when you watch a show when you're younger and you kind of base your personality, or you find someone you feel you can base your personality on when you're watching TV shows, it's that. Okay, that was me watching that show where I was like, I could relate to so many different characters. That was also my beginnings to Seth Rogen, Linda Cardellini. Like, there was a couple people on there. That was my first take of them as people and actors who I'd watch later on. just, yeah, I love that show. So seeing him, I was like, oh my God, you're kidding. I was like, you are kidding. The first episode, I'll be back. I was like, I'll be back. That alone was enough to sell the show for me. But yeah, we got our judges panel. The shade. The shade 10. It's okay. It's so fresh and so clean though. But the Mandels bowl, I love how they had these shots together. But the first team that was up was Bromosexual with Say My Name. I'm going to try to remember this the best that I can. But they did good. The choreo was not as clean as I wanted it to be, but they still did decent for what they were given. Charles's part was a little... Charles was fine. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but you know... Da-da-da... Da-da-da. And sometimes that don't do nothing for me, but I was like, oh, okay. Charles did fine. That was fine, Charles. At least the lip sync was good. I was like, it was fine. Go ahead, Charles. Go ahead, Charles. Buck Wild was also in the same boat for me, a little bit with the rhythm and the rhyme of it all. But it was, again, they knew how to lip sync their words. So I was like, okay, we good here. But it was a little bit of chest, do-do-do, 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 not that much, right? Alexander the Great 8. Alexander Chu. Alexander did their part right down to the nasty split. It was a slow drop and it landed quite gracefully. I said, yeah, Alexander, it was great. It was not a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day at all for you. You do not get that little redheaded bastard child's cover. Nope. Not in the back of that car, you won't. Who's station wagon? Not you, said Alexander. Hi, y'all. So I was here for Alexander's performance. Big D chewed. Great. Funny line delivery, execution, characteristics. I thought it was all there. I was like, oh, Big D, what was all this about? You had it. Enjoyed those two the most out of that group. Tuna. And I love me some tuna melt. You know I do. I love me some tune. Love me some tone. The rap was everything. The lyrics were, yeah. That mouth, though, it was, for those of you who watched season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race for Glamazonian Airways, when Katya had to do the whole, that. It was that. That's what that was. And I was like, no. Because even when you were doing this, it wasn't even going along with the words. So that's what made it so obvious that the mouth wasn't going where it needed. It was like, So I don't know if you were just nervous or not because you have recorded an excellent track, but it did read, unfortunately, and I was sad because you was my tune. And I was sad because I like tune milk. Tune. They did good. Now, the Blue Ballers is the next group. They had the best choreography, hands down. And okay, I'm going to say it. King demolished. I think they find, yes, that does not add into my score. But when I say from the intro to the exit, the rap was nasty. I thought it gave real. I was like, oh, okay. It's talking about say my name. Introduce everybody. It was interesting because they said everyone's name, and then Henlo did their verse, and they also like, let me introduce you to everybody. I was like, wait, we already had that intro, so why did you write that in your lines? But okay, work, whatever. But I wanted it, and I wanted it, and I wanted it, and I'm not mad that I wanted it, and I still want it. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm back. There are power surges happening today. I don't know if it's just my neighborhood or whatnot, but it has been happening several times over here. So if the picture cuts out or anything like that happens, I'll be immediately back. My apologies. But yeah, there is some little happening right now where it's like dropping in and out. The lights will fade down and then come right back up. I don't know why, but it's been happening since 1 o'clock this afternoon. So I'm hoping it stops. Jesus. But yeah, King Molasses did that. It's all over. We lost power 3 times at work. Really? I did my speech on Saturday. I did my speech on Saturday. Okay. I'm just gonna be quiet. um, King Molasses Chew. Now, Henlo Bullfrog sang a bit, and it wasn't my favorite, but I was like, okay, they look like they had a good time, and I like me some Henlo. I just, for me, it was like, are there any cis men on the cast? No. There are trans men and women who, and I believe maybe some non-binary. I don't know if anybody has said that just yet when I was watching that I got, but that's who's representing the cast right now. Himlo didn't really pull me in there. I thought it was nice. I was like, this is nice. So I'm not saying it was bad, but it was more like that's not the one that like pulled me in where I wanted it to go. Molasses is non-binary. See, there we go. See, I was like non-binary women and trans men that are part of this cast. Okay. Pressure K. Let's get there. Pressure K did the whole reveal, and I thought Pressure was about to spit. No shade. This is not a read. Pressure, I'm sorry, this is not a read. I thought she was about to spit something serious. Hey, it's Pressure K. Yeah, you know my name. And proceeded to da-da-da, da-da-da, ma-da-da. Y'all had 90 minutes. So the forgiveness is there. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to forgive. I mean, the energy was up and you was working it with the group. So that was enough for me, plus the reveal. But like, the way I thought she was about to like, I don't know. I don't know why I thought I was about to get some Twister. Okay. Calling me daddy. Daddy. I was like, I was waiting for the circus. I was waiting for it. Ain't no barbs out of this group. Not a single one of them. Okay. Except for Henlo. Moment for life. Singing ass. No, I'm just playing. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on, Matthew. Let's see here. Did I do a Zoom? There go that reveal. I said, all right. Hip Hop Harry about to show out. Didn't happen. Whoa, Percocets. Wow. Oof. Can I tell you, at least your verse was like good. Like it was enjoyable. It was kind of funny. You came out there and wiki. It was like, all right. And then you went for the jump split. And I said, them leather pants told you to go fuck off. I want you to know that. You jumped up and you the only one in heels, brother, which I was like, why God? But okay, work. Do you Mountain Dew? But when I saw you try to go for the scissor effect of that split, them leather pants told you to go fuck yourself. Dead ass. Who's doing that? Who? How dare you? In the sanctity of what possibly could have been on Rick James in a Coke bend pants are we going to do today? That leg said, I mean, that was truly hip hop. Okay. They weren't Slick Ricking them. It wasn't happening. Sasha was me. No shade. Tenderoni cacked at that split. I'm like, not Tenderoni laughing at what possibly could have been a shattered kneecap. Not the first injury. Actually, hold on. Now that I know that happened, Perka, I bet, if this is Drag Race, you're supposed to walk into the room the next episode with crutches, possibly have a video from a hotel room. But I just know, unlike that other one, you're not going to save the black. But yeah, I was Sasha because all I thought about was, damn, we already got our first injury. No shade. The moment I saw that drop, I said, oh, shit. Oh, God, the first fucking injury. God damn it. I'm glad you got back up and them knees are sturdy. Go ahead, calcium. But I like the the blue penises. Hold on. The blue ballers. I was close. It was near it. Listen, we find out who was safe. That was Charles Galen King. I have my notes why I gotta take so long to read. Matthew. Oh! Buck Wild, Charles Galen King, Pressure K, and Dick Van Dyke were safe. There we go. I'm like, let me just look at the video. I can see everybody. I know their names. That put Tuna Melt, Big D, Alexander the Great, King Molasses, Henlo, Bullfrog, and Percocets to be judged. The top three was King Molasses, Alexander the Great, and Big D. Alexander the Great and King Molasses were for sure confident in the performances, and it slayed and it was presented on stage. They all loved everything that they gave. Here for it. Big D in shock. Oh my God, they love me. I was picked last. Like we saw the vibe. I hope Big D gets that confidence. Literally, your name is Big D. Okay. And I had the bottom three at Tuna Melt, Henlo Bullfrog, and Percocets. Tuna because the lip sync was trash, all tea. Henlo because, their whole portion could have been down at Fraggle Rock. High key, but they enjoyed the outfit. And then Percocets because, well, Crunchy split, we need to deduct points from. And it was a little bit, concerning with the choreography, even though they were trying to highlight that. But Percocets was chewing their Q&A. Like when the judges were talking to them and they were responding, like every response was funny. It was very like accountability hell, but also making light of like the situation or whatnot. Oh, you ate this up. That to me was the selling point to keep you in the competition. Percocets was just you just talking in these little moments. I'm like, oh my God, there's Silly Billy. Keep him. Like, listen to this. Oh, she's funny. It's funny. He's funny. And I loved it. So King Molasses ends up being the winner of this first beefy challenge. Congratulations to King Molasses. I think it was deserved. I was very happy for our brother over here with Joe Fani. You know what I'm saying? And right now they're the one to beat in this competition. I love the bugle. That was fun. With our bottom three coming together, we find out that Percocets has lived to see another day, but it was when Tenderoni was like saying like, judges, we found that we like this, but not this. We enjoy that, but not that. Said something nice, but also something kind of bitchy, right? And they got to Percocets and they're like, that's fine. I don't dance. I'm just pretty. Oh my God. I'm pretty. I don't dance. Oh, that was it. That was the final straw. You are safe. They were like, yeah, you get to the back. Get to the back now. And that left Tuna Melt and Henlo Bullfrog. I assumed, and I hate to say that I did, assume there'd be a lip sync for your life. I don't know why, or a different name for whatever it could be. King's Speech for the crown. I don't know, whatever the case, a dueling battle of peen. I don't know. I didn't know what they're going to do. But what I did not expect was the final thrust. That's even better. Whoever did that, you're brilliant. You're amazing. You're amazing. Thank you for the final thrust. That was fun. I was like, oh my God, these names. Beefy Challenge. The winner of the Beefy Challenge is King Molasses, putting Tuna Melt and Henlo Bullfrog in the final thrust. Just wording that is fun. Stupid. I love it. More of this. You got me fucked up, though, that these people are basically doing breakdancing. That was the challenge. Not a song by a gentleman. No. Breakdancing. Based off of what we witnessed. for the Olympics with that one person who then needed to be uplifted because they're mediocre as fuck, but then was sent out there. It's not my fault, all your fault, hip hop. And no, this part was a lot for me. I was, you know, I when Himlo started to I said, "Oh my God, what is going on?" And then the ear pull, I flung the ear. Sasha's just like, uh, 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 and then it was, and then mind you, hold on, then Tuna back, just way in the corner, takes off their cape. It's the trans flag. Back in the corner again. I'm about to walk back here. I said didn't hit the floor until they saw someone else at the floor. I'm like, Tuna, I don't know what crisscross applesauce you're doing here, but I need you to find a character that Roger Smith the alien has created and get to it, baby. Because I don't what this one over here giving hot dot 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 dot. What is going on? Now, when Himlo decided to fall to their death, that was their choice. Wasn't a dip. Wasn't a death drop. It was simply, possibly a Life Alert commercial. My back, and they were out. I didn't see the chain, so I'm assuming that no one will respond. And a week later, where's that smell coming from? But that's what they chose to do. So okay, frogs do fall. It's all right. Rolled off the stage, baby. We need a taste quote. Wait, we need a taste quote. It was like, wow. It's like, slap. She all right? Is she okay? Like a sack of potatoes. I love taste. But no, things happened. They lost me here. This is part of the show. They lost me. Bitch, they lost me here. I'm sorry. I was out. I said, okay, I was all the way for whatever was going on until we got here. And this is the last thing I got to do to prove my worth on this show is to do what and who in the outfit I walked in on. Like, no shade though. Like, let me talk about it because we're not having the discussion, are we? We need to have the discussion. Like, look at this. You got me breakdancing and what I'm supposed to look like. I look like I'm supposed to have pounds of a white substance in the back of a trunk that I'm delivering to several other people in the neighborhood to know that this is my block, motherfucker. Meanwhile, I'm fighting a Splatoon character, okay, who possibly needs to like jump into a pool of ink to reload a gun. Like, what is happening? I'm here for it, but it was wild. It was wild to me. I whatever Nintendo account created this, good for you. But it was Super Mario Maker at the worst kind. I was like, what is going on? What are we doing? Yes, Himlo looked like a Splatoon character, T, but like it's okay. Bitch, I'd give them the roller pay. That's what Himlo is from Splatoon. That's it. That's it. It's over. Splatoon now. I can't wait for the new game. Pop off. Okay, Tuna Melt looked like they were in that one game on PlayStation 2, the Kings one. You know the one I'm talking about. It was not Grand Theft Auto, but it was pretty much that. Anywho, I can't do this today. Gabby with the eye. That's my baby. Hey, Gibbs. Lesbians. Everybody needs a lesbian in the life. They change things. They're lesbians. This is a request for the song that I made that I rewrite every time. It's called Lesbians. But the show got more than that. Non-binary and trans. Lesbians. Lesbians. Thank you, Gabby. Love you down. And shout out to Tito Burrito for the super sticker. There's something wrong with me. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. Appreciate you so much for being here. If you didn't know, the Matty-Rants lore, that song goes all the way back to my girl, Victoria's Gold. But yes, I ate that. It's okay. We know I chewed. It's all right. I chewed that. Let me do that for me. I'm sorry. The judges had to vote. It came down to 2-2 for 2 for Tuna and 2 for Henlo, with the final vote saving Henlo Bullfrog. And we lost Tuna Melt. It's no longer on the menu. It was a classic though, and everybody enjoyed it. They did. They did. I like how they got to go out. They were kinged. They were knighted in the ceremony. It was like really sweet. Everyone came around them to like hug and love and all that kind of good stuff. And I just thought that was really a wonderful thing. I was like, this is so cool. I like how this ends. It's not like walk away, bye. Like it's got no, like there's a little bit of love for them too and a chance to speak. And for the first episode, and I was kind of sad that someone went home, but for the first episode, for the first run through, for everything that this is worth, I loved it. I really did, and I'm here for the ride. Now, I saw Ryla ask the question, are you going to discuss King of Drag Sunday? So no, there actually will not be a panel this Sunday. We are going to have to take a break. I made a community post about this in case anybody just wants to look at the schedule for this week, which I will be going live like I am today, possibly tomorrow. And of course, Friday, I will be going live because there will be no Drag Race review. Saturday, because I will be out for Houston Pride and I'll be busy the entire Saturday. Sunday, I will be at Angeria Paris Van Michael's drag brunch out here because it's Beyonce Day and it's still Pride as well. So it's Pride. Beyonce's in town for the concert. It's a whole lot going on. And I'm trying to go to the Cowboy Carter concert on Sunday. So it's just going to be a lot. Plus, Dooley will be out at Pride. Others will be at Pride as well. It's happening all over. So Saturday and Sunday will be free days. Today through Friday, we'll have videos posted out. So yes, but the following Sunday for the panel, I will include King of Drags into the conversation and try to get my panel members to watch as well. We'll love to hear their feedback too. So yeah. King of Drag is on Revry, the streaming app. It is available in all countries, I believe. If not, I know you can use VPNs to watch that show. I also will be doing reactions each and every week on my Patreon channel for as low as $1 a month. And reacting to said episode, I encourage you to go through Revry though. But if you'd like to see how I react to said episodes, of course, you can tune into my Patreon and watch from there. But I will be supporting this show down because, like, it's good. Roku has an app to watch as well. Well, there you go. It's good. It's a nice, refreshed little drink, if you will. I've been a little burned out from the reality television programming. I've been trying to keep my sanity, and it's been a little tough. But watching this, I did not feel overwhelmed or feel like they were pushing me into any directions of, I need to like this one, or we need to feel this way, or do all that. I feel this is a fresh take. It's a good show. I'm glad our kings are getting the representation they deserve within the spectrum of drag. And I'm really hoping that as much as people have been yelling and doing this fool, well, why don't they have more trans? Why don't they have more drag kings? Well, here you go, bitch. Here you go. It's time. Now's the time. Now's the time to promote. Now's the time to post. Now's the time to get really loud. Or are you just a empty vessel in a universe that needs to yell for everybody to hear you? Like, I really need this to honestly jumpstart, because everybody was talking that good shit, and now it's like, well, show up, because the show is now available. It's here. It's time for you to promote and make sure these people get the love they deserve. All right. And also, when you see a drag king out and about in your local drag, and regardless of them being on this show or not, you should always be supporting all drag of all types. So yes, I'm done. That's it for the day, everybody. I had a good time with you. And of course, this show is so much fun. We will be talking about this each and every week on Wednesday afternoons. and give my take on the episode and do a run through and talk about it and have a good time. Make sure you hit the like button before you walk out this door, and make sure you get in the comment section and talk about this episode. I really do want to hear what you have to say, who your favorites are, what you hope to see in the future, anything that you'd like to say in reference to this show. I'd love to hear in the comment section. I may see you tomorrow for a vertical live. And I know, but YouTube promotes those a little bit more for just like a little light, ooh, excuse me, a light bite to eat with hot topics, this, that, and the other, because some things have happened recently that I do want to discuss. And of course, getting ready for Pride. And I will be coming off of having my hair done, because I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. We need to detangle after this video. Actually, I'll do that in the morning. We gotta detangle and get that ready so my hair can get braided. Oh, but yeah, we'll be going live Thursday, and then of course Friday I will be posting the Drag Race reaction in the morning time, and then I'll be going live for RuPaul's Drag Race review Friday afternoon here on my channel. So you will see like everything else that's gonna happen or whatever. Yeah, you'll see everything else that's gonna happen. ADHD struck. I saw something. Mina caught my eye. She's going to go mess with Mamu. Okay. Doing a fit check tomorrow for Pride. Well, yeah, I'm going to probably do a cutoff. I'm probably going to wear my cutoff t-shirt again, like I did when I was out in Puerto Vallarta, but I don't know. I might wear something else like really tight. I know I'm going to be out in some skimpy shorts. Let's just say that. So, period. But yeah, no, tomorrow will be a fun one. It'll be like a nice little live like moment. We do some hot topics, key type of things or whatever. And then Friday we'll do the show for Drag Race, and then the weekend will be off, and then I'll be back Tuesday for another show. You'll see. But yes, more to come, because there's actually a lot going on, and I do want to have like a Love Island conversation tomorrow and a few other reality TV shows that I'm watching on my own time versus doing reactions and this, that for it. So we'll get to it. But yes, thank you again for tuning in. Hit the like button before you walk out the door. Drop a tippy poo in the jar if you feel like it. PayPal.me/Rants. Cash out $Matt924 or Venmo MattyRants. But I appreciate it. Long time viewer, but never participated in the chat. Thank you everyone for making this a fun experience. And thank you, Maddie, for taking time out of the day to review the show. Of course. And I got to get better about doing more shows like this, but I'm also trying to look for a job right now, and I'm a little bit burnt out on just doing like review after review after review after review. But at the same time, I'm also like getting myself back into this. We've changed a lot of things up on our personal life to get more energy to do these things and enjoy ourselves. So I appreciate the love back, and I thank you so very much. So yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Take care, everybody. King of Drag on Revry. I believe it comes out on Sundays, or Sundays or Mondays. Either way, we'll be covering it every Wednesday here on my channel. Go support all those kings. Support them all. Take care, everybody.
Listen. Yeah.